it's completely changed. So if you go, happy birthday, that's another way of wiggling the sound, oscillating the sound. Paul.
Are we giving feedback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my opinion, I think that the vibrato for you, in my opinion, is like actually key, because there was a time when you did it like perfect, and your voice sounded like almost like the very deep, like angelic voice, like it was very good. So I think for you, the vibrato is going to be key for you, because I really liked it when you added that.
Yeah, Richard?
Two, I think D is too low for you because you're sharp on almost every low note. So either E flat, I would suggest either E or F on
I wouldn't say F.
F, yeah.
Let's try F.
Just for,
Hold on, he's checking the transposition.
Happy birthday to you.
There.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, to see, again, finding the right pitch, or what we call the right test, that word is tessitura, if you're being, highly educated, as it were. Tessitura means where the song lies in your particular voice. So the low tessitura that he sang the first piece with was okay. Wasn't anything wrong with it. But this puts a little bit more vibrancy in his voice. And it's no harder for him to sing this, at least according to what I'm hearing, no more difficult, right?
And this is the first time I've ever sang, so I have no idea.
So he's got a really good, strong voice. He's feeling the vibrancy of it, which Ping, you were not doing. You weren't feeling much vibrancy in your voice when you sang Happy Birthday. You were singing Happy Birthday, really, really light like that. So when he's doing happy, he's making his vocal cords work a little bit more efficiently than you were. You were letting a lot of air leak through them.
What's the difference between vibrancy and resonance? Is that the same thing?
Resonance has to do with the timbre of your voice. Timbre, French word, timbre. But if you say it that way, people think you're, out of your mind. It's the timbre of your voice, Well, he says it that way, but he's, we've already discovered he's a little weird, so.
A little as a compliment here.
See? Already we're starting, okay. So again, the overtones, if I talk like this, I'm making a totally different resonance than if I talk like this. I'm changing the harmonic structure of the echo chamber that's making my vocal cords appear a certain way. So you can go from way up here to as deep as you want, like we were doing last night. Really stupid, okay? So all of that has to do with resonance. Vibrancy is how many overtones your vocal cords are producing. The harmonic structure or the resonance is what happens to the multiple harmonics and overtones your vocal cords make. So if your vocal cords aren't making a lot, you don't have a lot of, you can still change the resonance, but it's still, again, see, it's that really, really highly efficient work of the vocal cords that gives your resonators a chance to really do all of those are different resonances. And singers, unfortunately, are not well trained in science. And so they use the word resonance for all different kinds of things. And singing teachers are the worst because they tell you, you're not getting enough resonance. So you go, ah! They say, now that's much more resonant than, ah! So you begin to assume that, ah! is resonant. It's louder. It has the higher overtones are being, but that's the resonators that are doing that. And your vocal cords are being more vibrant to do that. Making sense now?
No. I mean, it will eventually.
Think for a minute about a trumpet player,
Mhm.
all right? Trumpet player has the mouthpiece, right? And he buzzes the mouthpiece,
Yeah.
right? And plays the tune on the mouthpiece. He hasn't put the resonator on yet. So if you cut your head off, but left your vocal cords intact, the sound you would probably, your vocal cords would make would sort of be like the sound of the lips vibrating in the mouthpiece. So when you put the resonator on, then the possibilities for different kinds of tone color are there. That makes sense now?
Yeah.
So resonance you can look at as having to do with the color of tone, except tone doesn't have color. See, that's the problem with trying to describe musical tone. So we describe a rich tone.
So the resonators would be like the difference between the sound of, like, I don't know, like a A4 on a trumpet versus an A4 on a saxophone.
Yeah,
versus,
absolutely,
so
absolutely.
that's resonance.
Yeah, that would be, and they both have a whole set of different overtones.
Yeah.
And the overtones are caused by the shape and the size and the size of the tube, how long the tube is. Though each one of those instruments has a whole different set of parameters.
Yeah.
So that set of parameters creates different overtones, and those overtones is what we refer to as resonant. Resonant simply means resound, to resonate, to sonar, resonate. So it's, again, to resound. So what's after the thing that makes the pitch and the overtones, there's a whole mess of overtones in this tone. Ah! There are hardly any in this. Let's see if I can do one. There are hardly any overtones there. There's one overtone and the pitch. And the effect of that sound is that it sounds like it's coming from all over the room. If I do, it's just coming right from my mouth. But if I go, it sounds like the whole room is resonating. You can't tell where it's coming from. So the more overtones we have, the more directional our ears pick it up. And sometimes what we do is we confuse a high overtone with resonance. It's part of resonance, but only a part. It's the whole tone color that makes, I think that's a fairly good explanation of resonance. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question though, but
I know you do, you raised your hand.
but it's not about his performance though. It's when I'm rehearsing and when I'm performing, I just want to know, is it normal? Sometimes I feel like when I said earlier, like my voice gets tired, like it's like almost like sore. Is that normal for you?
No, if your voice feels sore, look, I will go around that. I don't know what it means when somebody tells me they're getting sore. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't know how you are feeling. The bottom line for singers is this: if you get hoarse, you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
That's the bottom line. If you don't get hoarse, but you get sore, maybe your muscles are being used overtime. Maybe you're doing something with the muscles that they aren't used to doing, and they do get sore.
So you have to like build them.
Stamina.
Okay.
And that means you're working, the weights your voice works with are the muscles in your vocal cords and the muscles that hold everything in place. The amount of lift you're doing has to do with the amount of air pressure you're putting under it. So if you're going, oh, there's virtually no air pressure. I'm not going to get sore doing that. But if I'm going, oh, then I may need to build up a sense of stamina to be able to do that over and over and over again. And in the doing over and over of it, maybe my muscles get sore. But if I get hoarse doing that, then I'm doing something wrong.
Okay.
So hoarseness is the enemy. So not to be hoarse, you need to be hydrated, and you need to be somewhat rested, because your voice is the first thing that goes if you're a singer. And you get really, really tired, your voice is the first thing that goes, and your stamina goes. So now, sing me the same thing in the key of F, and now let's try and do it what we were doing last night, a little bit nasal. Happy birthday. I'm right. Happy. Okay, now that's way nasal.
Oh,
Just a little tiny. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Now you see how smooth that was? That was even. The only thing that didn't work was the octave jump. He went, happy birthday, because he wasn't sure how to keep that. Happy birthday. He wasn't sure, but now, how would you describe what you did to make that happen to us?
Instead of putting my tongue closer to the, like instead of my tongue going like this to create like as much nasal as I could, I just kind of left like a little bit of a, felt like there was like an air pocket back here between the roof of my mouth and the back of my mouth, created by my tongue.
Okay, he's saying the truth. Okay, now the problem is how do we translate that to you feeling that? This is what a lot of people call placement. So if you change one of the flaps in there, if you change the position of your tongue, or you change the position of your soft palate, or you change them both at the same time, or you change the opening of your jaw. You notice he didn't open his jaw as much this time. He kind of had his jaw here in a position, almost as though somebody was holding your jaw here instead of opening your mouth like you did before. Happy birthday! This time, happy birthday! But did you feel that all the tones, except for the birthday, do you feel that they were all in kind of the same place? Or could you tell?
Kind of the same place as in the way I was structuring my mouth.
Where you felt the tone, because you just described it, you felt the tone in a certain place, right?
Oh, I'd have to sing it again a little.
Oh, do it again. Okay, this is, now we're having fun.
Happy birthday.
Oh, now that's way overdone again.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, just a little bit.
Happy birthday
There we go.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
See, it was better this
Happy
time.
birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Whoops, you lost it on two. Happy birthday to. Do it again. Happy
birthday to you.
Now, what he's organizing right now is the overtones in his voice, is the harmonics. So again, now there's a smoothness because all of the harmonics that he's working with are staying consistent as he sings through the song. It isn't happy birthday to you. It's happy birthday to you, as opposed to two. So he's keeping all the harmonics kind of in line, and that kind of makes it feel equal in sound. So what you do, and this is one of the things that a good singer has, all the really good singers have an even production. Unless, see, there's always these stupid unlesses. Unless that singer has built a career on making the voice not even. Now, there are those singers out there. The one I can think of right off the top is Maria Muldaur, but you guys wouldn't know her because she's from way back in the 60s. But there are singers who sing on purpose. They want that manipulation, and that it's not great technique according to voice teachers. But if it works to create a commercial success, why the hell not keep using it? Yeah, Sasha.
What about Bjork? Because her voice is very different.
She does so many different things with her voice. These are the kinds of people you can't pigeonhole people like that, because they just do weird stuff.
They just go,
Yeah, I mean, they'll try a whole new, a completely different vocal setup for the next song. So it's very, very hard to pigeonhole somebody who's a chameleon like that. So what we try and do, and again, what we try and do is we try and not make you chameleons. We try and give you this even technique because it's healthy. But if you want to chameleonize yourself, then you make weird tones and different kinds of things, and maybe that gets you some success. Maybe people notice you because you figured but you're doing it in a logical way too. You're figuring that, oh, this worked for me. They laughed when I did this. Let's do this again. It was like her dark ooh vowels. She was doing it to be funny. And so, but what happened was it was counterproductive to the vocal technique, and we couldn't hear her well enough. So now, what I want you to do is I want you to take the melody, and I want you to do this. Play it for a second. Ba ba dee da, ba ba doo ba, dee da doo da do, ba ba boom ba, ba da ba ba da ba dum ba ba da ba doo da, ba ba da ba da doo da dee doo da doo da doo doo da doo da doo. Okay. This is what he's here for. This is what he wants to learn to do. So we're gonna start him right off. And it doesn't matter how many notes you do. Just add some notes in between. Arpeggiate, baby.
Da da dee da 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 dee da da da. That's so hard. Like the jazz
Okay.
of Happy Birthday.
No. See, this is I gave him a puzzle, and now he's going. Wait a minute. What the hell is it? All right, now, what the first thing you want to do in any melody is if you're scatting or you're embellishing, you want to add notes in between. So the first place you actually can do that is da da dee dum, bum bum, ba da da dum, be doo da doo, ba da doo dum, be doo 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 doo. So again, so the idea is to find, or you can just do a scale. Ba da dee da 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 da. That's the beginning. So do that. Da 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 dum, ba da 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 dum, ba da da dee da dum, ba da ba dum, dee da da dee da dum. See, all you're doing is adding notes in the intervals. Okay, that's the first step for you.
But in the very beginning there,
You really don't have much room in the beginning. Ba da da da. That doesn't give you much room to scat. And we want to know what the tune is too. So I mean, if you ba ba da da, we don't know what the tune's going to be. Then you can go ba ba da da. I mean, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But tell us what the tune is first, and that's your first two notes. Tell us the tune. Ba 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 ba.
alright.
You have a sign, a scouting sign that you...
No, we're doing it now. Don't, no.
No, I'm just saying. When I was,
Change the sign, I'm just like, maybe you just need a different look.
No, I don't want it. I want to do it. Me. I'm in charge.
When I played instrument, when I was working with my teachers, I have the same issue. So it's not a thing with my voice. It's just like it's just
Maybe
hard to
you're
improvise.
So look, put passing notes in there. Da 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 da. That's the beginning of learning to scat. Da 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 dum, ba da da dum, ba da 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 dum, be da 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 dum, ba da 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 go.
Da 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 da.
Okay, go on. You
Da
added an extra note.
da da da.
Where's the extra notes?
Da 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 da.
Okay, I'm satisfied.
Billy da da da
Okay, there we go. See? So look, see, that's a baby step.
Yeah, yeah.
And what you didn't do is you didn't add any passing notes.
I don't know what the hell it's doing.
Passing notes. So da da dum ba 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 ba. Sing it in. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Day to you.
Wait, those are
Those
those
are passing
scale,
notes
Or are
now.
those like
Those are notes in between the interval.
Those are
Bum
chromatic.
bum ba da da dum. It's the Addams Family. Ba da da dum.
Is that
Yeah.
chromatic?
No, it's diatonic.
It's diatonic.
Okay. Da 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 da.
There you go. Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Yes, that's it.
Da 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 da. Wait.
How about da 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 da? Do an arpeggio. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da.
Da 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 da.
Now make different notes. Ba da da do da. Ba do do do.
Ba da da.
That would work. Ba da 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 dum.
Ba da 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 da. Ba da.
Ba do do da.
Yeah, this is so crazy. Alright. I don't know how to think like this. It's like if you were to ask me to get up here and like say I need a pizza in Russian, it's like, what? How do you even say that?
Oh no. It's no. The sentence is I pizza.
Yeah.
Fill it in.
I need a pizza.
There you go. You just scattered. And see, it's not what you don't know. It's what you're not filling in right now. And you see, music allows you, especially in jazz, it allows you to fill in a lot of stuff. But you have to know what you can fill it in with. So this is the beginning.
Yeah.
You got it. Sit down.
That's hard.